Hi, I'm so excited for my life today because I get to talk to you about my newly launched website. I haven't talked about it on my YouTube videos yet, so I'm excited. And so it's my very first Darkness and Light website. It's a little bit, it's very simple for the moment. You can go on and look at what type, I have two types of tarot readings that I offer, what my prices are, who I am, in the sense that, like, my approach to tarot. You can see some of my YouTube videos on there as well. I put the links up. I will be putting the link up of this video as well. Super excited. So for those of you that are wondering, I'll probably put in the description of the video, but my website is darkness slash light. Sorry, darkness dash, not slash. Let me start that over. Darkness dash light dash tarot.com. Okay, so I'll say that again. Darkness dash light dash tarot.com. So I'm super excited for you to go and visit my page. And if ever you guys have any thoughts for me, don't hesitate. I would love to answer any of your questions or any comments that you might have. So today I'm looking at what an oracle deck is. Have you ever wondered what an oracle deck is? Now, I'm one of those tarot readers that really loves to use oracle cards as well as tarot cards because I feel that you give two dimensions to it. Tarot has a very unique, very specific, right? There's the major arcana, minor arcana. The major arcana has kind of three parts to it. The minor arcana has the four parts, right? The cups, the wands, the pentacles, and the swords. So it has a really, it can go in depth in the day to day, and it also can guide you in more in the general sense. Oracle cards are kind of a different approach, a different angle. It affects your life, yes, but it can both affect the day to day and the general of your life. Let's say, so general of your life, I mean, like, is the season, or this is your chapter, right, of your life. So I have way too many. I brought all of my oracle decks. I'm a big fan of oracle, as big a fan as tarot decks. So I'm going to show you very quickly what my oracle decks are before we dive into them. So the two decks that I'm the most fond of are the Sacred Destiny Oracle and the Ancestor Spirit Oracle cards. Okay, these are so, they had such an impact on me as a reader. This one in particular, it was my first love. I have used this oracle deck more than any other oracle deck I've ever used. So there you go. I will show them to you in a moment. Then we have, okay, I'm going to go by order of fondness. So then the other two decks that I use a lot as well are the Enchanted Map Oracle deck and the Goddess Temple Oracle cards. Okay, now this deck is a little bit more feminine, a little bit more, but see, there are some cards that are very masculine as well. It's just a bit more in the spiritual. Okay, it really goes into connecting with our spiritual side and with our intuitive side, right? This one I really like because it goes in. It keeps. Yes, it'll go, like, I mean, in general, oracle and tarot have to kind of go into the spiritual, but some are more accentuated and more go in depth. Whereas this one is a bit more. It helps you find clarity in life. Helps you find clarity in maybe some dilemmas you might be struggling with. This one would help a little bit more with that kind of thing. So the day-to-day life, I guess. So that's for the maps and the Goddess Temple Oracle. And the last two, yes, I have a lot. the last two. This one I've had for almost as long as I've had the Sacred Destiny Oracle. This is the Moonology Oracle card deck. Now, this is one of the unique, I'm glad I have this as an example, because once in a while you'll get like that super thin deck that is less expensive than, let's say, something like this, right? Which is my new acquisition. I got it off my Buy Nothing group here in Calgary. I love, love, love my community. So here is the Native Spirit Oracle deck, which I just got. I've had it for like a week. And so the Moonology, the reason why I wanted to make a little emphasis of this is because it's a very thin and there's no booklet with it, right? One of the reasons why we get the thicker box here, and the same thing with the other ones, is because it comes with a booklet, right? So if you see here, there's a link here that you can use with your phone. And once you scan it, you have the booklet directly online, which I think is kind of really cool. It takes me a minute or two to look up the booklet, but it's great. I love it. So while we're on the subject of booklets, I'm going to kind of zero in on the booklet. Now, when I read tarot, I just don't touch the booklet. I get familiar with the cards. I look at the booklet ahead of time when I first get the tarot deck, but I don't use the booklet for my readings at all. I used to. When I wasn't a very experienced, I wasn't a very seasoned tarot reader, I used to use the booklet all the time. And a few of the people that I am close to can attest to that. But now that I'm more seasoned, I have my tarot certification, and I've been doing this for over 2 years, I am a lot more confident, and I don't need the booklet at all. So the reason why I bring this up with the Oracle is because each Oracle deck is unique. So the Ancestor Spirit deck will be very different from the Sacred Destiny deck. It's not like tarot in the sense that there's a major arcana, minor arcana, and the 4 suits of the minor arcana and the 3 parts to the major arcana. That does not change from one deck to the other in the tarot deck. Now, some decks will have extra cards in the tarot decks, but they basically stay the same. Okay, whereas in the Oracle decks, each deck has a different amount of cards, different number of cards. So example, the Native Spirit deck has 44 cards, whereas my Sacred Destiny deck has 52 cards. Okay, so like I said, each deck is unique and has its own number of cards. So let's say the Enchanted Map Oracle, right? This one has 54 cards. And let me see the what other example do I have of number of cards? This one is 43 cards. And this one has 45 cards. So you see how it really, really varies. It really depends on the deck that you're looking into. So the reason why I mentioned this is because each deck will have its booklet. And because each deck is different and sometimes they'll have similar cards, but the meaning will be different because the creator of the Oracle deck will give it a different meaning to each card. And it's the same for every card from every single Oracle deck. It's why I kind of love the Oracle decks, because it really allows me to personalize the reading a little bit more. And it gives, like I said, a little bit more, a different angle and a different approach. So super, super awesome. I really love that tarot deck creators have gone out and explored, okay, the Oracle decks. So without any further ado, let's start with my heartthrob, the Sacred Destiny deck. And let's just kind of randomly choose a card from this deck. All right. Okay. Okay, so what is this card? Ooh, Happiness. How very appropriate. Love this card. I think it's the first time I just randomly pulled that like that, even for myself. I think I've never pulled this card for myself. I think I pulled it for a client, but never for myself. So I love this. The happiness card, the two dolphins, and there seems like they're, if you see, there's the wave behind them, and they're jumping through the water, content and happy. It's beautiful, it's balmy weather, the sun is out, the water is beautiful, and it's kind of that paradise scenery or scene, right? Now, if knowing this card, right, and if you want to observe it a little bit more, I suggest you press pause and look at it a little bit closer. But if I go into my booklet, right? Now, by the way, I don't use the booklet, funny enough, for my Oracle decks. I kind of let them inspire me. I've gotten very used to my Oracle decks. I'm still kind of getting used to my native Spirit Oracle deck. But once again, I really allow myself to be guided by the spirit, the people in the spirit world and the spirit guides of the person that I'm reading the Oracle deck, reading the Oracle cards for. So I'm still going to jump in here just to give you an example. Let me see. Oh, there you go. I have my happiness. Give me a moment. I will find it. Oh, there you go. 39. Okay. So if you see, I have my happiness, and I'm going to read. The sacred landscape wants you to know. Click your heels and shout for joy. The signs are with you. Let your light shine. Abounding good luck awaits you. A gateway is opening for even more joy and happiness. Your life is expanding. Opportunities are emerging. This is the time to go forward with glee. Love deeply and fully. Embrace life with open arms. Goodness is flowing to you. The only thing to be aware of is to monitor your expansion in a metered way. So, meaning in moderation. Too much, too fast can be overwhelming. Just like when it's a negative, even when it's a positive, too much, too fast can be overwhelming. So I love that this card came up for you guys. But if I interpreted it the way I usually do, I could easily see that there's an abundance, so much abundance in this card. The sun is out. It is the peak of the day. It's not time to hesitate. It's time to move forward and be confident and trust in yourself and allow yourself to appreciate the beauty and the abundance in your life. You see how do I see abundance? Well, there's a lot of water. The dolphins are content. They look happy. The sun is full and bright and beautiful. And there's just a lot of blessings that are suggested in this card. But you see, how did I see that? How did I interpret that? Those are the things that came to my mind. Those are the thoughts that just kind of intuitively came to my mind. All right. So let's look at another card from another deck. I can't wait to show you the Ancestor Spirit Oracle deck. It's one of the most beautiful decks I have in all of my Oracle and Tarot decks. I highly recommend for those that love anything that has to do with our past and our ancestors, the different cultures, very, very multicultural deck, just absolutely, absolutely gorgeous. The images are stunning. I could not recommend this deck more. All right, so let's choose ourselves a card. Connect with animals, animal spirit guides, healing, past pets. So I like this because this year, this is very, I really feel that this card is for me and for my family. We lost both our pets this past, was it after Christmas? No, it was It was before Christmas in 2021. We lost our dog, Sophia, first, and then we lost our cat, Eli. So this is, I really know what connecting with animals and having that sacred, I've always kind of naturally connected with cats and dogs, and I've always had a really unique, to myself, of course, and special connection with animals. And so this one encourages connection, and I feel very much to nature. Animals are part of the cycle of life, so are we. But I think it encourages us to go be out in nature as well, and just to connect with our environment, whether it be with the animals, whether it be out in nature, also with the ones that we hold dear to our hearts. Okay, if we don't have pets in our lives, then just to connect with the ones that we hold dear. So once again, that kind of intuitively came to my mind. And if I pull out the booklet, connection with animals. So let me see here. Page 30. And it says, the ancestors speak. You have a natural connection with animals. They are drawn to your energy and trust you. You have a gift for communicating with and healing all kinds of animals, including fish and birds. Interesting. You may have been thinking about working with animals, adopting a rescue animal, volunteering at an animal shelter, or looking after injured wildlife. If you already work with animals or have pets of your own, this card is confirmation that you are on the right track. Keep up the great work you're doing. Great work you're doing with animals. So very beautiful, very that's the ancestor meaning. And then what's really cool, and this is once again very unique to each deck, there's a divinatory meaning. So I'll read that for you as well. This card may bring a message from a beloved pet that has passed away. Try to see or sense your beloved pet. You may feel heat or tingling in your body or feel your pet's presence around you. Your pet wants you to know it is happy, that it loves you very much, and is still around you and your family. This may also be a sign that your animal spirit guides are trying to get in touch with you. Pay attention to any animals you're drawn to or that keep appearing for you, as this may be a clue to who your animal spirit guide is. Your animal spirit guide will always be with you. It will it will give you physical warnings like an animal instinct when you need to pay attention or be alert. Try to connect with your animal spirit guide today. So you see how this description and the different kinds of description that it has is very different from the sacred destiny, right? Which is really awesome. Once again, why I've chosen my oracle decks very carefully. Okay, so we're at 18 minutes. I think I'm going to do one more deck. But please, by all means, look up these decks. Once again, I have no profits. I do not gain anything from sharing these decks with you, but they are close to my heart, and so I do share them with you. So I think the last but not least deck, I think I'll go for the Enchanted Map deck, which is very different from the two that we just looked at. And I'm going to pull the deck out and the booklet as well. So it's very alternative, this oracle deck, which is kind of my style. I like having different approaches and different types so that I can really have a variety of choice when it comes to the different types of tarot readings that I offer. Ooh, all right. Ooh, okay. I like this card. Slow and steady. So if you see, it's kind of like a fairy little being that has the bottom part of a snail, which is so slow and steady. Slow and steady meaning patience, right? It can mean one step at a time, no trying to skip to the next step, or jumping past or moving forward too quickly without learning the lesson that is there for you, or being able to receive the blessings and the abundance that comes with you being patient and sticking with it, you know? So and the number, this one, all of these cards, which is very different from the other ones, has numbers, okay? So some really believe in numerology. I'm not someone that delves into numerology at all, but it can be significant for the person I'm reading for, and it will kind of stick with them, right? So that card is number 12. So I'm going to look up slow and steady. Give me just a moment. Oh, number 12 will be here. Okay, so number 12 also is in the book, just to help me find the page. And it's page 24. Okay. So it says, remember the old cliche, slow and steady wins the race? This is a time for easy movement, unhurried steps, and a steady heart. Trust that taking life at a more leisurely pace will give you greater access to your dreams. Slowing down allows more contact with the juicier elements of your life. Savor them. Now, this one also has the reversed part of if ever I drew the card upside down, okay, it has the reversed part of the card that you could read. So I'm going to read that to you just to give you an idea and show you how different each oracle deck is. The reversed. Pushing things forward impulsively will not only prevent success, but potentially cause more trouble than you're prepared to handle. Moving too quickly will only yield unripe fruit with a bitter taste. Slow down. Breathe. Meditate. You're not a human. You're not a human doing. You're a human being. So just be. Everything will work out if you can apply the brakes and become more aware of what's happening in this moment. A calm focus on the now, breathing in the beauty of your surroundings, will restore your power to consciously co-create your world. All fruits ripen in their own time. So once again, such a beautiful card, still very uplifting and very encouraging, just giving you a different angle to the card so that you have two different approaches. Once again, I love how I already said, right? Slow and steady, to appreciate and to learn and absorb and be prepared to receive whatever it is, the blessing that you're meant to receive. And appreciate as well. If you're such in a hurry, how the heck are you going to appreciate life, and how the heck are you going to appreciate anything? So there you go. I don't want to make this video too long, but I'm so glad that I was able to delve a bit. I've enjoyed this video so very much. I hope you have too. Please like and subscribe if you like what I do here on the channel. I love doing it. And for those of you that don't know, I've had some serious health issues recently, and this video and all the other videos I make on my social media have really kept me going and have been a highlight to me. So thank you so much for all of you that come and listen and tune in. So very appreciated. And yeah, I look forward to seeing you on Thursday. I will be doing a tarot reading with tarot and oracle cards to give you guys an idea of what a reading can look like when we use both tarot and oracle cards. All right, guys, thank you for joining me here today, and have a good day. Take care. Bye.